Hey, what's going on, man? This is Will Z Titwell, and you are now tuned in to another episode of Skybox Conversations. Man, the pod where we talk about all things hoops, but more in particular about my favorite team, the Los Angeles Lakers, and on the college level, of course, the Arkansas Razorbacks. And luckily, both of those teams played tonight. So I mean, you got a couple special episodes coming your way, man, covering all things about those games. But let's get to those Lakers first, because boy, did they shit the bed tonight. Um, part of me was kind of already like mentally prepared for them to mess up or for them to not come out with the most energy or for them to just kind of make this game harder than it was when we know the Jazz stink. The Jazz are booty juice. We know that. And just part of me was just like, I wouldn't be surprised if they go out here and lose this game, but I'm not going to lie. I thought it was going to be more of like a heartbreaker, hit a crazy shot at the end type of thing. I didn't think I was going to turn the TV on because I didn't even catch the whole game. But I didn't think I was going to turn the TV on and see the Lakers losing by 20 to a team that's 12 and 40, especially after the way we've been playing it. Now I know there's a lot of different factors that go into that, right? You got Dorian Finney-Smith didn't play, you got Gabe Vincent didn't play, you got all of these different things. I get that. I get it. I'm not gonna act like I don't understand that. But it's like, come on, man. Come on, man. Even without them two, it should at least be a ball game. You know what I mean? And so what I want to do, man, I want to kind of answer a couple of questions that I feel like really, um, should be answered when it comes to this game. And kind of break down some things and look at some things together. Yeah, we're gonna kind of go from there, man, and get into this thing. So let's go. Let's get it going. Let's go. All right, man. So question number one, we got what areas did the Lakers struggle in the most? Um, if I'm being honest, again, I didn't catch the whole game. I didn't see everything. But from the half, I watched the second half pretty much and the end of the first half. And it looked like we're struggling in all areas. We just looked lethargic. Communication wasn't great. Defensive shifts weren't great. Blown coverages, not making shots. Um, it just looked like an overall just, and Austin Reeves even said it in the post game himself. We just played like shit tonight. And I think that pretty much sums it up. And if you don't believe me, um, I'm gonna pull up the not the box score, but I'm gonna pull up the box score too, but I'm also gonna pull up you know, the comparisons of the game for both teams, man. So we can kind of take a look at that together too, because I think that kind of tells the overall story. I mean, you got, Rui with 19, you got LeBron with 18 and 6, you got Luca with 16 and 4 and 4. You got Austin with 15 and 11 double double, but he was 1 for 10 from three, 4 for 15. Um, look, let me see. Luca had 5 turnovers. Braun had three himself. We have 14 as a team. And then if you just go look at the overall game itself, right? If you just go look at the team stats, let's look at it, right? Because when we played them other night, we dominated them. We dominated them in so many areas. But if you look at this game tonight, there was really no place on the team stats in the comparison where we kind of poured ourselves away and made a real big difference. If you really look at it, right? Like, look at this. Look at this. So, field goal percentage, didn't win there. 3 point percentage, slightly better. Maybe 3 point, what's that? 3.4, what's that? 3.4%. So that's hardly nothing. Free throws, we were shitty. 60%, not even 60% from free throws. We got out rebounded. Got out rebounded by three. We had three more offensive rebounds, and then they still had six more overall defensive rebounds. And we gave up 11 offensive rebounds. That you can't win games that way. And they had one more assist. They had double our steals. They had damn near double our blocks. They no over double our blocks. Excuse me, damn near triple our blocks. Again, we have 14 turnovers, so they're 12. And then we even scored more points off our turnovers. But again, we had the most turnovers between the two. Fast break points. This is really a big difference. They doubled up on us. They killed us in the paint today. And we're gonna talk about Alex Lee and Big Sorry ass too in just a minute because I wasn't even buying that when people like when Laker Nation and you know how people get when we sign somebody like on Twitter and stuff. People go find videos of those people or those little highlights where they did something decent, And it's a reason why that motherfucker wasn't on nobody's team. He was on the buyout market. There's a reason he was finna be in Czechoslovakia next week if we wouldn't have picked him up. So I was never bought on that, right? Points in the paint, damn near 20-point lead there. Shit, only thing, they damn near had more fouls than them. You know what I'm saying? And the largest lead was 25 for them, and ours was 5. Like, so there's nothing here when you talk about what did we do well. There's nothing on this breakdown that says, man, we really dominated in this area. Man, we may have struggled here, but we did this. Because one thing we've always been able to hang our hat on is at least free throws. That's one thing for sure that we've always been able to hang our hat on, is being able to go to the line, slow the game down, and make our free throws. But again, even with that, how many we miss again? We missed we missed 13 free throws to their 7. Like you come on, man. Come on, man. And you only lost by 12. You only lost by 12. You only lost by 12 points and you missed 13 free throws. So that right there is the ball game. And I know it's not that simple, right? I mean, it's nowhere near that simple. But man. So when you talk about what are we struggling the most, I think we struggled just in the overall game. It just looked like we was ready to go home. Um, it just looks like, man, we know we can kick this team ass. We got our guys sitting down. We ain't got our whole team here. I need a vacation, and that's the kind of energy they gave. Just from what I saw alone in the second half, I didn't even watch the whole game, but I imagine if when I do go back to rewatch it, that's exactly what I'm going to continue to see from start to finish. Like, just man, y'all fucking suck, and but you gave them life, and I think one of the most dangerous things you can ever do is give a team that really is boo boo cheese life and let a dude get comfortable and let a dude get going. And that's exactly what you did with dudes like now don't get me wrong, Lord Marketing is a bucket, right? He go to another team and he could make a big difference for a team. I mean, he gave him that work tonight though. He had 32 and he hit, I think, what, 6 threes. You know what I'm saying? 11 for 18, hell of efficient, busting Rui ass tonight. Then Walker Kessler, man, really wish we could have got dude. He didn't miss a shot. 8 for 8. He was a plus 23. Had 16 points. He had damn near 10 rebounds. Had 8 rebounds. No, he had 6 blocks. Come on, man. Like he was a presence at the rim, and that's the ball game right there. They had damn near they whole starting five was in double figures, and then you let Keontae George come off the bench and give you 20. Like something got to give. It was just a night, man, and they probably feel real comfortable going into the next one. But Trevor Lane, my dude on Laker Nation, he's so funny. He said, I guarantee they go play the Clippers tomorrow because that's their last game before the break. They go play the Clippers tomorrow and get their ass whooped. But they was hooping today. They was hooping today. And so again, I just think overall there was no areas in the game where you were just like, well, we look good. We at least did this well, right? At least we had this to hang our hat on. I don't think we had any of that tonight. There was no really thing that we could separate ourselves, and say, well, we look good there. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Again, any bright spots was just an all around bad performance. It was just all around bad performance. Um, you know, Brian was frustrated. Brian was mad as hell. I think he was real mad when Keontae George threw it from out of bounds to Kessler for a oop on the sideline out of bounds. Brown was like, "What the fuck is going on?" Like, I think Brown was ready to go sit down right then. And so I think that kind of just epitomized the night. Just they were just doing whatever they wanted. I think when you start doing stuff like that, throwing oops from sideline out of bounds, you just doing what you want at that point. Um, and that's a problem. That's a problem, man. So I don't think there were really any bright spots other than maybe, it was another game for Luka to get kind of warmed up. Maybe that's a bright spot for it. It was another game for them to try to build some chemistry and also get their ass kicked together and see what they can work on together without dudes like Dorian Finney-Smith, without dudes like Gabe, to see what that looks like. Maybe that's a bright spot. But other than that, within the game itself, I nah, I didn't see much that makes you just feel good about it. You know what I'm saying? But on to the next question. So it says, did it look like they were just ready for All-Star break? It absolutely did. It just kind of looked like, let's just go ahead and get this over with. Let's get up here from cold ass Utah. Um and let's get back to sunny LA. Let's kick up, get our feet back, man. Let's rest. Let's work out. Let's get recouped. Take this week off, and then let's get right back to it. And the crazy thing is, the schedule is finna get real. But we'll get into that in a minute. We'll talk about that in just a second. About who they got coming up on the schedule. But it's about to get, it ain't about to get no easier. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't about to get no easier. Um, it's about to get real, and we're gonna talk about that in just a minute. So yeah, I think they were just ready for All Star break. I think they needed a break. I think they know they can beat this team with their eyes closed. But that's one of them losses where it's like when you talk about standings and when you talk about seeds for the tournament. I mean for the postseason and stuff like that. That might be one of them games. You're like, man, we should have went on and won that one. You know, we should have went on and took that one as well. Because now you didn't drop down to the fifth seed. You done went back to the fifth when you was in the fourth, and you trying to continue to climb up, and hopefully get over Denver. You know what I'm saying? Or not have to match up with Denver so soon. But you keep on doing shit like that, and man, it'll get real on you real quick. So yeah, they just looked like they was ready to go. Um, Gabe Vincent and Dorian Finney-Smith sitting out didn't matter. I think it absolutely mattered because again, Austin said something big in the postseason, in the post presser, where he said that when you're not making shots, your defense has to be better, and ours just wasn't. And these are two instrumental dudes when it comes to the defensive end of everything that we do. Because even a dude like Vando, he didn't look like himself tonight. He was like a shell of himself, like he was ready for a break too. You know what I'm saying? And um, it's been said that Dorian Finney-Smith is elite when it comes to his shifts, when it comes to his communication, when it comes to the way that he can be an on-ball hawk and all those things. You didn't have that energy. We know Gabe is a great defender. You didn't have them dudes, and I think it made a big difference. That's why probably our second unit looks so shitty too, because you didn't have those stabilizers there. You didn't have them dudes there, and yeah, it mattered, and we paid for it. We paid for it significantly. Um, Now it kind of leads into this next question. Kind of leads into this next question. You know, is this just a one-off bad game, or is this a sign of deeper issues? Like, is this something that we need to be worried about? I wouldn't take it that far. I wouldn't take it that far and say this is nothing to be worried about, or man, we stink, or we right. Like, come on now, we just was on the 6 game win streak. We had just won 10 of 11. Or whatever the case may be. Like, I don't think it's nothing to panic about, but I think it's kind of a human nature thing too. Whereas like when you didn't beat a team that many times, it's natural to take your foot off the gas, right? It's natural to take people for granted, and you give them life, like I've said, and then they professionals too. At the end of the day, and if you give them a chance, ain't no telling what a team can do to you. There's no telling what they can do to you. And tonight they whooped their ass. They whooped their ass, and rightfully so. So when you talk about, did it, when you talk about that, I don't think it's nothing to worry about, but it's also something that you can't let happen again, right? If we were to play them again, never let that happen again, you know. Um, so let's look at this too. Let's look at this real quick because I want to see this Lakers schedule. Okay, so I want to see who we got coming up. So next we got. Ha, that's funny. So right after the break, we got the Hornets. That's gonna be funny because I don't think Mark Williams played the night, but then you got to ask yourself, does Mark Williams play the next game when we play them? Does he go crazy? Does he try to show us, nigga, I'm healthy? What are y'all talking about? You know, like, and then this whole thing, and I saw something earlier where it's like the Hornets are not going to let this go. Where they're literally going to have to bring their lawyers and be in this room or whatever the case may be and plead their case as to why we veto the trade. And the Hornets are going to do everything in their power to say that's bullshit and this is why. And it sounds like the Lakers are going to win it, but they're not letting it go. And I just can't help but think, but like when they play them, shit, Mark Williams might try to get off, man. Mark Williams might try to get off on the motherfucker. But I just thought about that. Damn, no Laker game for a week. Damn, that's a long time. Wow. All right. Anyway, then we got the Trailblazers. That's a game we could definitely don't take them for granted, but go and put them away. But then after that, it get real. Look at that. You got the Nuggets. You got the Mavs, and that was a tough game tonight by Kyrie. He was hooping. Kyrie was busting Steph in the ass. You got the Timberwolves, that's tough. You got the Clippers, that's tough. Uh, Not a game you can take for granted. Got the Clippers again. You got the Pels. You got the Knicks. You got the Celtics. You got the Nets. You got the Bucks. You got the Nuggets again. You got the Suns. You got the Spurs with Wemby in them. You got the Nuggets again. You got the Bucks. You got the Bulls. You got the Magic. Can't sleep on them. They hurt us earlier this year. You got the Pacers. You got the Bulls. You got the Grizz. You got the Rockets. You got man like out of them 2, 4, 6, out of them 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, just them 16, 18 games I just said, man, 13, 14 of them are against some real teams. So I think we got one of the top 5 toughest schedules left for the rest of the season after the break. So go in there bullshitting if you want to, and so that's why I think a game like this sucked to lose because you needed all that. You needed all those wins, man, because it's not going to get easier. The Suns are struggling, but that's all the more reasons why you need to, stack up every win you can because teams are desperate. A Suns team like that is desperate. Timberwolves, they stay kind of up and down. They desperate. They want wins too. And so, man, when you get a chance to get easy wins, or maybe with wins that should be a sure thing, right? Can't take anybody for granted, but should be a sure thing if you go out there and handle your business. You got to go out there and handle your business. And I just think we didn't do that. So I don't think it's nothing to worry about. I think it's again just need a reset. Just need a reset. Need everybody to get healthy over this break. Um, Alex Lynn is booty juice. Alex Lynn stinks. He stinks, bro. And I cannot wait to do the next video and talk about that a little bit more, man. So I'll be sure to tune in to that one. But yeah, man, I just wanted to come on here and just kind of give a quick rundown about the Lakers and this recent game against the Jazz and just answer a few of those key questions like that. I know there's a few more that I probably could add kind of based off the game, some things that could have been inspired from that game. But I think we keep it short, keep it sweet, just like that for you guys. I love y'all so much, man. And thank y'all all so much for tuning in to another episode of Skybox Conversations, man. The power talk all things hoops. And so, yeah, until next time, man. I love y'all. Be safe. Peace.